Okay, so let's get started. If we go to the next page. Sorry? Can you? This is the presentation without technology. Windeln.de. We are, for those of you who don't speak German, Windeln is the German word for diapers. This is, we are an online shop for baby products. And the idea that this is based on, it's actually diapers.com in the States. And the principle is that you take the high frequency products like diapers and baby food and tie the mother in. And with this create a really loyal relationship between the customer and us. And then use all the other products to cross-sell and upsell. So we've spent a lot of time and energy on trying to figure out what buying patterns are there and how can we really use the relationship we have with our customers to upsell more. If we go to the next page, you can see our revenue development. These are quarters. So when you look at this, it's actually the slide. If we show this to investors, we're always quite happy because it shows whatever we do, it seems to be working. We are currently at a run rate of about 75 million per year in terms of revenues. And as you see, every month it's growing. And luckily, if you look on the next page now, you can see this revenue growth is not fueled by extensive marketing. This is the trick in our business is really we have a lot of repeat customers. Currently, about 70% of all orders that we receive are from customers that have bought before, which means in turns that our marketing costs, this is the yellow line that you see there, are more or less the same than they were a year ago. But revenues have increased significantly in the last 3 years since we have started, all building on this loyal customer base. We can see that once we acquire a customer, they stay with us for a really, really long time. Actually much longer than you would think, and I come to a slide showing a little bit about cohort analysis. The interesting thing is just pretty much through word of mouth and through the operational excellence that we try to achieve and that we are getting better every month, so to say, we managed to get a good brand positioning as well. So when you ask out there, where would you buy baby drugstore products online, we are actually the most well-known company in Germany, ahead of even companies like Amazon, which of course are generally more known, but not in our segment. If we go to the next slide, a little bit about our unit economics, because that's something that's kind of the downside of this. The market itself is really interesting because for those of you who have children, you know that once you have a young baby, there's nothing more in your life that you talk more than about the baby, which helps really on recommendation-based marketing. But on the downside, the products that we are selling are really, really low margin. So when we started, we had a negative margin after shipping, not even to speak about covering marketing cost or something like that. That was completely out of the picture. And then after start, we introduced more and more product categories. So we started with diapers and baby food. We then introduced baby care products. We introduced pregnancy products, health and safety like baby monitors and gates. Then strollers, car seats, and now also went into baby fashion clothing. And as we grew this, you could see how our average basket increased more and more because we managed to cross-sell on this much more. And at the same time, you can see how our margin went up, both gross margin as well as contribution margin. And now the good part is where we stand today with this, because we have so high repeat orders and so low returning orders, we managed to get Windeln.de profitable on that one. Windeln.de as a kind of a business unit, we started further businesses. I'll explain a few words about those in a moment. But our core business, luckily, is now kind of self-supporting, which is good news. And we expect this to continue growing because there's more that we plan to do in the future around further product categories like baby toys or baby furniture. Again, increasing basket and again, increasing our gross margin. If we go to the next page, how do we do this? again, we start with the diapers and the baby food, and this is what the mother buys more or less once a month. And then we need to see that we sell other things along. So what we do is, and for us the key segmentation criteria is really age of baby. So when a mother registers, we ask for the birthday of the baby. And about half of all customers give us that. The other half, we try to approximate the age of the baby through correlation analysis. And then we take this age of the baby and we see which product category sells when. And I've taken a picture here. You see here one product category. You can see it sells well about 9 months to 5 months before the baby is born. Then we stop selling it for quite a while, and then at about 20 months or so, suddenly sales of this product category kick up again. Would anyone want to venture a guess what that is, what products that is, that sells like that, that you need 5 to 9 months before the baby is born and 20 months after the baby born? Who has kids? No, it's not bad. It's actually pregnancy tests. Really interesting. I mean, the first peak is obvious. This is where you learn. And this is the second child. Quite interesting. So now we know when pregnancy tests are selling, and then we can set up individualized, rule-based emails that as soon as your baby is 20 months old, we send you an email saying, hey, have you seen our nice pregnancy tests that we have? And by the way, there's one on sale. And with this, we managed to do a lot of cross-selling. We've set up probably more than 80 of these rule-based emails. So the customer has a really individualized experience with us. As his baby grows older, he gets more and more, he gets different messages from us, which again help us to cross-sell and therefore increasing our margin, increasing our baskets. Going to the next page. This is a pretty crowded chart, but I tried to explain what it is, and it's, because it's really kind of in the nature of our business that customers stay. If you look at this line here, this is the cohort of customers that came to us right after start, October 2010. And the interesting thing is, you can see the revenues out of these customers are still growing. So there are still customers with us that joined us about 3 years ago and still buy. And they do this for 3 reasons when you look at this. Because 3 years is, their first baby is out of diapers already, or more or less out of diapers. So those don't need diapers anymore. But we have 3 kinds of customers that continue buying, and then knowing this, we can again cater much more to their needs. The first is those with special needs, like childs that still pee in the bed at night and need diapers, even though they're 5 or 6 years old. Not a fortunate thing if you have that, but there we can really help of selling these products. The second category is those that get a second child, because then kind of the game starts over again and we prolong the life of our customer. And the third one, we introduced about a year ago a second site called Windle Bar. It's a flash sale site selling clothing and toys for kids, but older than 3 years. It goes basically from 0 to about 8 years. And with this, we managed to extend the lifetime of our customers quite a bit, as you see on this one. And the second good message in this is you can see the curves get steeper. So we can see that the lifetime revenues we generate with the newer cohorts are higher than the lifetime revenues we generated with the older cohorts, bringing up our customer lifetime value. And at the same time, the customer acquisition cost stayed stable, which is really a good thing. If you can show a nice spread between your customer lifetime value and the customer acquisition cost. Going to the next page. So when you look at this, these are the 3 kind of elements where we invested a lot of in, which are the foundation of our business. We have our own technology. Everything that we use, the shop technology, the BI systems, has been either self-programmed from scratch or heavily adapted to our needs, because all of these things are very, very unique to our business. Secondly, we spend a lot of time on business intelligence. The example I explained about the segmentation, and we have many more things where we use the massive amounts of data that we have to understand our customers better so that they have a more personalized and unique experience with our site. And then lastly, we really think about every cent that we spend. We look at the last percentage in margin, where can we increase our purchase prices, and basically every process that we have is tried to be as efficient as possible. This is kind of the third element of our company, where we spend a lot of time and energy on trying to be as efficient as possible. And using these, we can grow nicely in 4 areas. One is just keep going what we do, because the baby market in Germany is still early in its online adaptation. When you compare this to US is much further ahead when it comes to online penetration. Just by the online market developing further, we will gain more revenues and more market share because we are nicely positioned in there as the market leader in that segment. Secondly, Windelbar is a new business, the flash sale, which we started 1 year ago, and we can see we can really nicely cross sell to our own customer base with that and extend the lifetime with this. Also a great opportunity. And then, of course, expanding internationally. At the moment, we are in Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. There are much more countries that we could go into. And finally, increasing share of wallet. Currently, we don't offer toys yet. We don't offer baby furniture. All things that would help increase our share of wallet. Last page. We expect to grow more. I mean, our ambitions are rather high. We expect this company to have the potential to be $500 million in the not too distant future. And at the same time, we also see that the gross margin that we generate will continue to grow a bit further. The biggest jump we've already realized, but it will be a bit further compared to where we are today, just based on product assortment mix and our ability to cross-sell. Any questions to make it a bit more interactive? Yes? That's a hard, sorry. Oh, the margins on flash sale. Yeah, margins on flash sales tend to be a bit higher than our average margin. So in effect, our Windelbar business adds about 1 or 2 percentage points to the overall business. It's a nice business. I mean, flash sale is a good one for everybody pretty much. The customer gets really low-priced but high-valued goods. We get the money first. We still have a good margin, and we don't carry any inventory risk. I mean, it's a nice business. But it's about, first you need to generate a user base doing that. And this is something with Windel.de we can nicely do, because Windel.de has this stickiness to the customer. Actually, we tend to think of it as Windel.de is the things that you do need, and Windelbar is everything that you don't need, but that you might want to buy anyways.
What would be the gross margin of your brick and mortar compared to that?
Probably the same. I think, I mean, the big ones, like the big German drugstore chains that would sell diapers and baby food, they probably have a bit more, a bit better purchasing prices because they're quite a bit bigger than we are. But again, they also have other different difficulties when it comes to their cost positions further down, right? Good. Thanks for your attention.